When you are given three sides to a triangle, you're basically given the world. There are a lot of different things you can figure out, including the height. All three heights of this triangle. Now, why do we have three different heights of a triangle? We should know that it's all dependent off the base that we use. So if we're using 26 as the base, our height's going to be from this vertice perpendicular line going down to this line here, the side that's given as 26. So a straight line going whoop, that's your height or your altitude of the triangle there. If we're using the base 25, our altitude would be off of this vertice going right up like that to this line perpendicular, making a 90-degree angle right there. And then if we have the altitude or height of this base, it's going to be an exterior altitude or height. We're going to use 26 as our base. So decide which base you're using, and then to determine the height, all we have to do is use Heron's formula. Hero of Alexandria, Heron the Great, whatever you want to call him. He came up with this formula for finding the area of any triangle when given all three sides. We've got an A, a B, and a C here, okay? So A, B, C, or you could change those around. You choose which one you want to be the base, okay? So right now we're gonna say we're gonna use base 26. We're gonna say the base in this one is 26. That's the one we're gonna use. So we're gonna be finding this height right here. How far is that distance when we have a 90-degree angle off of the side? Okay, so how do we attack a problem like this? First thing that we have to figure out is the semi-perimeter. So what is the semi-perimeter? Semi-perimeter just means half of the perimeter. So how do we find it? We add up A plus B plus C, A plus B plus C, and then we just cut it in half. We divide it by 2. Okay, so we're going to take 26, we're going to add 25 to that, we're going to add 17 to that. So we go 26 plus 25 plus 17 over 2. So as we add those together, we're going to end up getting 68 over 2, which is equal to 34. So our semi-perimeter, our S, here, 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 and here, has to come out to 34. So I'm going to write that over here. Semi-perimeter is equal to 34. So we're going to replace the S's with 34s. The A is going to be replaced with 26. B is going to be replaced with 25. C is going to be replaced with 17. And we're going to work that out. One more thing we need to determine is how do we find the area of a triangle. Okay, we know area of a triangle is 1/2 base times height. Well, since we're trying to find height, we need to solve this formula as a literal equation. We need to get this equal to h. We need a formula for finding height. Okay, so we're going to use Heron's formula to get A. We'll be able to put a number in for A. We already know our base is going to be 26. We wrote that down at the beginning, so we're going to be replacing B with 26. So once we find the area using Heron's formula, okay, we'll put a number here, we'll put a number there, and the only variable left is going to be h. So we'll be able to solve for that variable and determine the height based off of our information. Okay, so get the semi-perimeter by adding all sides up, dividing it in half, just like a semicircle is half of a circle. Okay, semi-perimeter is half the perimeter. So we know it's 34. I wrote that up here for us. We can now erase this so we have room to work. Okay, so let's start by getting our area. We need a number for A so we can plug it in here. Let's solve this formula as well. Let's just get that out of the way. Opposite of 1/2, we're going to multiply this by its reciprocal. So 1/2 flipped is 2. So we're multiplying by 2. Those will cancel each other out. Multiply the other side by, you guessed it, 2. Now we've got 2A is equal to BH. I want H to be by itself, so I got to get rid of the B. These are being multiplied, so we're just going to do the inverse. We're going to divide by B to cancel, divide by B. So H is equal to 2A over B. This will be the formula we use once we have, oh, that looks like a 6. Let me fix that. That's the formula we're going to be using once we get an A and a B to plug information in here. Okay, so back to Heron. S, semi-perimeter is 34, so we're going to say 34 times 34 minus A is 26 S, again, we're putting 34 down, taking away B, which is 25. And then S again, 34, minus C, which is 17. Notice I'm using all three of the sides, 26, 25, and 17. Now we got to work all this out. Don't forget to square root it all when it's done. So we're going to say 34 is going to stay 34. 34 minus 26. 34 minus 26 is going to give us 8. Whoops. So we got an 8 there. 34 minus 25, that's going to be 9. 34 minus 17, 17. And 34 is still there from right here, bringing it down. Okay, we got to multiply all of those four numbers together. So we've got 34 times 8 times 9 times 17, and we're going to take the square root of what we get. So I'm going to grab a calculator for that part right here. We're just going to say 34 times 8. Sorry, that 8's kind of ugly. Times 9 times 17. That gives me 41,616. 41,616. So we're going to take the square root. 41,000. What did I say? 616. We'll see what that's equal to. Hopefully it's a nice, neat number. Hopefully this is a perfect square. So second square root, 41,616. I get really, really happy because it is a perfect square. It comes out to exactly 204. So we're not having to deal with any irrational numbers in this problem. 204 is what this comes out to. That is our area of the triangle. So if you're asked to find the area of a triangle, that's all you got to do. But if you're asked to find the height, we got to go one step further and now use this formula that we created from area of a triangle. 1/2 times base times height. It's a literal equation. We solved it for H. Now we need an A. Remember, 204 is our A. It's our area. B, we're using base 26. We're finding this height here. So we're going to replace A with 204. We're going to replace B with 26. And then that will give us our height. So H equals 2 times A. What was our A? 204. Divided by B, which was 26. Okay, 2 times 204 is going to give me 408. So now I've got H equals 408 divided by 26. I got good mental math skills, but not that good. So I'm going to just grab 408 divided by 26. I get 15.69230 da 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 da. Okay, so this is equivalent to 408 divided by 26 gives me 15.692. 15.692, and then there's more information, but we're going to just round this answer. We're not going to be exact. We're going to say H, our height, is approximately, and depending on what you're asked to round to, if you're asked to round to the nearest 10th, 100th, whatever it may be, or maybe you're open to make your own decision, okay? I would like this probably rounded to the nearest 10th, so we're going to say this is 15 point, that 9 is going to bump that 6 up to a 7. So we are approximately 15.7 units for our height. 15.7 for the height. And I would just make sure they know that that's not exact. It is approximately that. If you want the exact value, you have it. You got a calculator. You have the number you need. All right. This is how we do it. Herons formula. We use it when we have 1, 2, 3 sides to a triangle, but no other information. It allows us to find area of the triangle as well as the height by just solving your literal equation for H and using the new formula, okay? So once you plug that information in, it'll spit out the answer you're looking for. And that's how we get a height when we're only given 3 sides to a triangle. Hopefully this makes sense. Study hard and good luck on your upcoming test.